I would like to take a moment to officially welcome back all of our parents and students for the 2021-22 school year. Let me start by introducing Coxsville High School's administrative staff. Our principal is Mr. Andrew Crook. Our assistant principals are Mark Lowry, who will work with students with the last names beginning with A through F. Mr. Lowry also works with curriculum instruction, student and staff schedules. Ms. Christine Nelson, who works with students with last names G through N, who also works with transportation, textbooks, and the new teacher mentor-mentee program. And Ms. Laura Rubel, who will work with students with last names O through Z, who also works with facilities, safety, and our duty and daily schedules. Coxsville High School is fortunate to have the support of several parent booster organizations that support the work we do both with teachers and students here at Coxsville High School. The first group are the Academic Boosters, whose president is Elizabeth Mendocino. The Academic Boosters support all of our teacher appreciation events, as well as offer academic scholarships for students who have parents that are members of the Academic Booster organization. We have the Athletic Boosters, whose president is Michelle Edwards, and the Athletic Boosters support all of our athletic programs, as well as supervise and organize the selling of Coxsville Chargers spirit wear. We also have the Band Boosters, whose president is Nikki Schlemmer. The Band Boosters support our band program, as well as the Spirit of Coxsville High School Marching Band. Students and parents should refer to the student folder, which contains all the policies, guidelines, procedures, and expectations for Coxsville High School students for the coming school year. It can be found at the web address on the slide. For the coming school year, students will be allowed to enter the building beginning at 6:45 a.m. Once they enter the building, they will be expected to proceed directly to their classroom, except for those students who want to get a breakfast before heading to class. First block classes start at 7:15 a.m. and Coxsville High School will dismiss at 2:15 p.m. as a regular procedure. The first 5 days of school, Coxsville High School will dismiss at 2:05 p.m. per Cabarrus County Schools guidelines. Students take 4 classes each semester. There's a 5-minute transition between those classes. Students will have lunch during third period, and we have an intervention enrichment block that runs between first and second period, and students will receive that schedule the first day of class. All students in North Carolina high schools are required to complete classes to accumulate credits in order to graduate high school. Those classes are detailed in the matrix on the slide, to include the credits needed for English, math, science, social studies, health and PE, and elective classes. In order to graduate high school in Cabarrus County, students will need to acquire a minimum of 27 credits. Parents who want to drive their students to Coxsville High School and drop them off in the mornings need to follow the pattern with the yellow arrows coming off of Cox Mill Road into the main entrance, driving past the first right and taking the second right into the visitor parking lot. Then they'll proceed directly to the curved driveway that runs in front of the school, proceed as far forward as possible before they stop to let the student exit the vehicle, and then after the student exits the vehicle, they will then take a left to exit the driveway. After 7 a.m., once the buses have had a chance to drop their students off and exit the driveway, parents may enter and drop off in the staff parking lot. Cabarrus County Schools will follow the recommendations outlined in the Strong Schools North Carolina Public Health Toolkit as it relates to isolation and quarantines. All students will be required to maintain a minimum social distancing of 3 feet between students and 6 feet between staff. Masks will be worn correctly at all times while in the building. Students will not be permitted to remove their masks during class transition. There's no gathering together or congregating within the building before school, during transitions, or after school. Students will remain socially distanced and seated during lunches. Students may leave their tables only after the bell rings to dismiss their lunch period. Any exposure or positive COVID test should be reported immediately to the principal and school nurse for contact tracing. Students that will be riding Cabarrus County Schools transportation to and from Coxwell High School must follow all rules and guidelines as they relate to bus ridership. No bus is allowed to transport a student that is not assigned to that bus. Students must enter and exit the bus from their assigned bus stop location. Students will need to be at their assigned stop at least 10 minutes prior to their estimated pickup time, or wait at least 10 minutes after their estimated pickup time to allow for traffic issues that may have the bus running early or late. Bus rules and guidelines will be posted. Personal electronics are allowed, but must not distract the driver nor cause a disruption with other students. Masks are required at all times for students riding the bus. Infractions may lead to suspension of bus privileges for a period of time to be determined by administration. Students that do not ride the bus at least once for any 10-day period may be removed from the bus roster. Students removed from a bus will be required to reapply for a bus pass to be allowed back on the bus. Thank you for your time and attention. We look forward to seeing our students in the building for the coming 2021-22 school year. Go Chargers!